Hello, just Jamie here. Thanks for checking out my latest emulation video. So before I start this video, I just want to say thanks for watching it, and thanks for all my subscribers, tuning in to watch my latest emulation videos. I do a range of different videos on my channel: music, tuition, obviously emulation, tuition, gameplay and modern games, so everything. So I need your support to upgrade the channel, as it were. I need new microphones, I need new backdrops, I can't keep going on using this. So I need a lot of stuff to enhance my channel to make it so much better. But anyway, check out links in my description and enjoy the video. Take care.
Okay, so let's crack on with this tutorial. So the Commodore Plus 4, it was discontinued after a year, so it initially released in 1984, and then obviously discontinued back in 1985. The processor, the CPU that is, was apparently 75 times faster than the C64, which was released a couple of years prior. And the Commodore Plus 4, it was seen or marketed as more like a business machine. So let's just crack on with this one, and I'm going to say that the Commodore Plus 4 programming gaming community is a very active one. So let's just download this. So links in the description for this as always. This is Vice I'm going to be using for this tutorial, and I'm using Windows 11. Vice is going to work on multiple different versions of Windows. The one we're going to need to download for this is the GTK 3, and I'm going to download the 64-bit. It's going to take you to a SourceForge page. Just download it and wait patiently. So Vice Emulator, it actually caters for multiple different Commodore machines, so it's multi-purpose and it's a very good emulator. It's my preferred choice when I do my Commodore gaming videos. Okay, so we've now got this one, and all we're going to do is drag it onto desktop, and all I'm going to do is just double left click on this and you will see a folder inside. Just drag this out again onto your desktop. Very simple stuff. So once this one's finished extracting or copying to your desktop or wherever you prefer to do this, we're going to close this window here. Okay, so the zipped folder you've just downloaded, don't need that anymore, so we can just delete this one. So we've got the GTK 3 version of Vice just here, that's cool. Next thing we're going to need is a game to test this out on. So I'm using itch.io. Itch.io, if you're not familiar with it, developers for older machines and even newer PC games, they upload their work onto itch.io. Cytronic's got an itch.io, which is what I'm going to be using for this tutorial. Check out itch.io, links in the description. It's a really great website to check out the latest releases on these older micros. So you can download this. You've got the option here to pay for this game, but whatever you choose. So just download this, and it's going to download. So again, just drag out the zipped folder we just downloaded, and we can now close this one. Let's just check what's inside here of this Alpha Ray game, which I've not actually played myself yet, but it's what I've been meaning to get around to. We got the .d64 file in there, and we've also got a notepad instructions guide how to use this game. So for this, I'm going to just drag Alpha Ray.d64 onto my desktop, and I'm going to go back to the Vice Emulator I've downloaded. Okay, so once we're inside of GTK 3 Vice, to actually get the Plus 4 working, we're just going to go to the bin folder, and if we scroll down here, you're going to see all these applications. So we got C64DTV, which was the joystick sort of emulation system before the Commodore Mini was released a good few years prior actually. We've also got the Commodore 128 system, which this supports. We got the Commodore PET, which was of course the late 70s business computer, and this is the one we're looking for. And for fans out there of the Super CPU for the C64, yes, this also covers. So what I'm going to do is, we're using Plus 4 for this tutorial, and all we need to do, if you really want to be quick and with speed to get this one working, all we're going to do is just left click on your game file, which is in my case Alpha Ray, and I'm quite literally just going to drag this until Plus 4 is highlighted with this D64 image. So you might get a Windows protected your PC thing, but this is really safe software. And there we go, so your Plus 4 has booted up. As you can see, very nice presentation from Cytronic, really quality stuff. Okay, so if we take a little closer inspection here at the bottom, we can see joysticks. I've got my PlayStation controller plugged in, nothing's responding. So if anyone's interested in disabling the sound, I'm just doing it for this tutorial. All you need to do is just go to Preferences. If you go to Settings here, there's a little tab saying Audio. If you just go to Sound, and here we go. So anyway, that's disabled for this tutorial. So we need to get our joysticks or controllers up and running. So to do this, as you can see, there's a couple of what looks like D-pads just here. Normally these are meant to highlight, they're meant to go green, but it's obviously not been configured, so we need to do this. So if we just left click here, and if we just go to configure joysticks, so I recommend setting both of these up. So let me show you how to do this. So if we just go on joystick 1, and in my case it's going to say Xbox 360 for Windows. And I'm also going to do this to joystick number 2. Some Commodore games, especially the 8-bit era, would often run on port 2. However, there are some which are port 1, so let's just leave that be for now. So if we look at the bottom here, you're now going to see this highlighting what I've just done. And this is also now responding with the screen. So let's go ahead and fire up Alpha Ray. So I'm just going to pop the sound on this one. So as you can see, very high quality production for the Plus 4. Okay, of course you're going to possibly want this full screen. So to do this, all you're going to do is go to Preferences, Full Screen. And to exit full screen, all I'm going to do is double left click. So some other cool features with Vice is the ability to change the colours of the screen. So some of you might be interested in this, some might not, but there's a little checkboxes here. If we left click on this, CRT, we can do a lot here. It won't show so much on a game like Alpha Ray because it's black in colour, but you can mess around with saturation settings to change the colours of how the game looks. Okay, so to save your games. Okay, so loading and saving is also a feature on Vice Plus 4. It's really simple to do. So to save and load up your progress, I'm going to just start this game once again. And to save my progress, all I'm going to do is just go to the snapshot here, and I'm going to just go down to Quick Save Snapshot. Just going to start game, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so when I saved it was on the start screen, the start menu of the game. So what I'm going to do to load back up where I just saved, I'm going to go back to Snapshot. And I'm just going to go down to Quick Load Snapshot, and there we go, it's loaded back up our save. So lots of things going on there to look at. Now for me, this game, it's working straight away from port 2, as you can see, which is responding. If you've got a game which isn't recognising your controller, all you need to do on this very quickly is if you go down to joysticks and swap joysticks, your joystick is now, as you can see, reading from port 1. Other things you can do on this, if you've got a very slow loading game, you can speed this up. If you just highlight over here where it says CPU, just left click on this, and if you press warp mode, this will essentially speed up the emulation. As you can see, if we look at the CPU now, it's going mental. So we're in our 4000s, whereas before, without warp mode, there you go. So if you've got a long loading game and you can't be bothered to wait, that's the solution. So just go to warp mode. Okay, so I think that's about it for the Commodore Plus 4 tutorial. It's a very simple emulator to use. It goes further than that. You can do a lot more with the Plus 4 emulator. You can program on it, you can do this and you can do that, but just for this tutorial I've showed you how to set up your controller, showed you how to download modern games, and you've also got different Commodore Plus 4 community websites. Pretty sure it's called Plus 4 World. But anyway, until next time, be sure to check out my other emulation tutorials. It's my mission to cover every emulator known to man, and my personal favourite is the micros. So there's always going to be new emulation tutorial videos coming up, so make sure to subscribe. And just lastly, remember to hit the notification bell so you can get my latest videos on release. See you later.